Hi, welcome to the fall open house for the James Madison University College of Business. I'm so glad that you could join us today. I would love for you to be on campus and see our beautiful new College of Business Learning Complex and be able to meet some of our students in person. But I also realize that for a lot of people, it makes a great deal of sense to join these kinds of things virtually. I hope that we will spark some interest in you in our college, and that you will find an opportunity to come and visit in person. I'm going to give you some information about how to get in touch with us and schedule a visit sometime in the future. Joining me today are Michelle Duncan, our Director of the Advising and Support Center in the College of Business. Hi, Michelle. And Sam Collier, the Director of our Office of Professional Development and Engagement. They're going to be in the chat answering your questions. So if you have questions that come up, please enter them in the chat, and Sam and Michelle will be answering them in writing. We're also going to have a chance at the end to bring up some of the questions and answer them verbally. And I'm going to go to Sam and Michelle a couple of times during the presentation and ask for them to weigh in on a couple of topics that are particular to them. Okay, so you're asking yourself if JMU and the College of Business is going to be a good fit for you, and what are you going to accomplish in spending 4 years at James Madison University pursuing a degree in business? So I'm going to go over a little bit of that. What can you expect your life in the next 4 years to look like? So you're going to spend 4 years building skills. You're going to be building technical skills. You're going to be building teamwork skills, leadership skills. You're going to transform in 4 years' time, which is really not very long, from being a highly capable high school graduate to someone who is ready to hit the ground running when you start your professional career, to be a real contributor in your organization and in your community. And it's going to take 4 years of pretty hard work, I will tell you. You can build your skills in several different majors, okay? Is it important that you know exactly what major it is that you want right now? I would say no, because, and I'm going to go into more detail in just a minute about the fact that you're going to be kind of a generalist for the first 2 years, and then you're going to be a specialist later. However, if you are coming to JMU and you know you want to major in something in business, I would really recommend that you pick a business major rather than come in completely undeclared. Picking a business major is going to give you some access to some, some opportunities early on in your career. So you can pursue a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in accounting. We also offer a 5th year Master of Science in Accounting for those that, who are pursuing the CPA track. We offer a Bachelor of Business Administration in Computer Information Systems. We offer 3 different major tracks in economics. You can pursue a Bachelor of Arts, a Bachelor of Science. Excuse me, I'm having a cough. Excuse me. Sam, Michelle, can you talk a minute? I'm going to get some water. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Molly. Michelle, do you want to talk a little bit about the majors here?
Sure, absolutely. I was actually writing a little note in the chat. Molly had a great point. It really doesn't matter what you declare as your business major, because you're going to take the same core classes regardless of that BBA major, the same core classes for the first 2 years and technically for the first 2.5 years at JMU. So just come in and declare a business major. You'll get a business advisor and you'll stay on track and still have a smooth transition if you want to, switch your major, for example, from marketing over to computer information systems. Yeah. The difference in a couple of our majors, the international business major has the same core classes, but all of our IB majors take a foreign language and they do a study abroad. Our international business majors do. That's a little different than our other majors. And then for quantitative finance, which we affectionately call QFIN at JMU, our QFIN majors are on the Bachelor of Science degree path. So they are taking a lot of quantitative courses. So they do not take our BBA courses. They do not have the Cobb 300 experience. They are taking economics, finance, and math courses. So that's a little different program. And for that reason, quantitative finance is our smallest major in the College of Business.
Thanks a lot, Michelle.
You're welcome.
And I would add that if you are interested in majoring in something outside of the College of Business and picking up a second major, economics makes a lot of sense. It's a great second major because of the ability to pursue a Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degree as well. So there's lots of different options that you have, but don't feel like you need to know exactly what you want to do when you get here. There's lots of time that you can explore things.
Molly, you're on
Oh,
mute.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you can also pick up a minor in within the College of Business in business analytics, computer information systems, economics, entrepreneurship, or global supply chain. We offer a general business minor that is specifically for non-business majors. But if you are majoring in something like maybe finance, sometimes the finance students will pick up a minor in economics to further develop their skills in that area. Or an accounting major, for example, might choose a computer information systems minor. And Michelle mentioned earlier about taking the business core classes. Okay, so you're going to spend the first probably 4 semesters in those core courses. They include some economics, computer information systems, accounting, interpersonal skills, and let me think, computer information systems. Students, in order to progress into that COB 300 class, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, must earn a 2.7 or a B- average in the core classes to progress. And I think that's a big distinction that we have maybe compared to some other business schools. So as you are looking at different colleges and different business schools, it is important that you ask how you get from point A, coming in as an incoming freshman, to point B, graduating with a business degree. In some universities, they will admit lots of students into the university, but only offer admission into the business school after the first 2 years to a very small number of very top students. And then that kind of leaves the rest of the students at a loss as to what to do. At JMU, you know exactly what you need to do. You're not competing against other students for a limited number of spaces in the business school. We do feel that it's important that you have a certain level of proficiency, and that's why we have that 2.7 or the B- average, because you need to have skills in order to be successful in your major. I think it's very fair and it's very open, very transparent. You know exactly what you need to do. Then after that, you complete that core, you're going to be progressing into something called COB 300 that Michelle mentioned earlier. In COB 300, it's an integrated business curriculum made up of 4 classes. They're introductory classes in management, marketing, operations, and finance. In COB 300, you will be working in teams and you're going to be developing a business plan You're going to come up with a business idea, and then you're going to develop a business plan to see if that idea would be viable in the marketplace. It's a lot of work, but students learn so much in that process. And then you're going to, from there, jump into your major for the last 3 semesters that you're there. Students in the COB 300 business plan process, their teams might be selected for the showcase that is held every April, and students compete against one another in the business plan competition for some really significant scholarship money. There are lots of different case competitions within the departments as well. We have we send students at the expense of the college to case competitions all over the country. We just selected our case team for the National Diversity Case Competition at Indiana University that's going to be held in January. But we want our students to have as many opportunities to make real professional presentations and to showcase their skills in front of potential employers. If you are research minded, we have a research experience for undergraduate program. Because we don't have doctoral students on campus to assist our faculty in the research that they do, we have those opportunities available to undergraduates, and students as early as their freshman year can get involved as a research assistant. They're paid positions, and students do some real work on those those research projects and on those papers. I just approved a travel authorization for a student who's going to be accompanying one of our marketing professors to a conference so that they can present a paper that was just accepted and is going to be published, and that student's name is going to be on it. This is especially important if you think that graduate school is going to be in your future, so that you have some real published work by the time you finish as an undergraduate. You can sharpen your sales skills through our Center for Professional Sales. One of the major tracks within the marketing major is in professional sales. And then outside of the class, you can get involved in this Center for Professional Sales. We have an internal sales competition, and we send students to the national sales competition. Students in that who complete that program really have some great job opportunities upon graduation. If you're interested in maybe starting your own company, the Gillum Center for Entrepreneurship is open to the entire university, but it is housed within the College of Business Learning Complex. Students who have an idea for a new venture can have access to some capital. We just launched our first JMU seed fund where students can get angel investors to invest in their companies. One of the companies right now that's getting a start is a young man who is starting a skincare company. He developed his own skincare products in his dorm room, and he's launching his company while he's still an undergraduate here. And then you're going to have lots of opportunities to connect with students from lots of diverse backgrounds from all over the world, and gain some perspective in how they see things and share your ideas. I always like to see this picture. This was taken on the very first day on campus of this group. These were students in our Madison Biz residential learning community. This was their first day as freshmen. These students are all juniors now, and I've gotten to know a lot of them in greater depth. It's so much fun to see them so happy, and I know the kinds of friendships that they have forged in the 3 years that they have been here already. So as I mentioned, we have a residential learning community that is available. If you're interested, students in Madison Biz live in a common residence hall. They take a class together their first semester. They participate in some other professional development activities and some service learning activities. So it's a lot of fun. You can also engage with your peers through our first year seminar, the COB 110 class. It's a a 1 credit level or 1 credit class that is taught for 8 weeks, either in the fall semester or you can take it in the spring semester. It helps you strengthen your study skills, lets you explore majors. It's especially useful if you know you want to do business, but you're not sure what you want to do in business. These classes are taught by our academic advisors, and they're really helpful to get you off to a good start when you come to JMU. We would love for you to explore our many study abroad options. I happen to be the director of our semester in Antwerp, Belgium program, which is our kind of flagship semester-long program specifically for students in the College of Business. During the semester in Antwerp, students complete the COB 300 class. So you're going to probably be taking it sometime during your junior year or perhaps the summer before your junior year. They take those COB 300 classes as well as a European business and culture class. They earn a concentration in European business, and they have a lot of travel opportunities. We travel as a large group to several places, and then you have a lot of free weekends where you can explore Europe on your own with some of your classmates. The classes in the semester in Antwerp program are taught in English by faculty at the University of Antwerp, and our students all live together in a common residence. We have other semester-long programs for the
Hi, all. We'll pick up for Molly until she
the university. And I believe that there's going to be abroad. We have semester programs in London. I'm sorry about that. I'm using a wireless connection and it's a little wonky this afternoon. So, excuse me. We have about 80 programs in each summer study abroad programs. Some of them are specific for College of Business. We have a great supply chain program that goes to Panama and Colombia. And we've got a business law program in Europe. We have a computer information systems program. In Europe, we have a summer program in China. So please take some time and look at our study abroad options and try to work in one of those into your plan when you're at JMU. It's a great opportunity. We also encourage our students to take advantage of service learning opportunities, and there are lots of them. JMU is a pioneer in the alternative break program. We have an alternative spring break that is special to the College of Business. It is open to business students each spring. We travel to Nashville, Tennessee, and assist at the Habitat for Humanity Restore, so students can see what social entrepreneurship is all about. We also have more than 30 College of Business student organizations. If you are currently a member of DECA or FBLA, you can continue that affiliation in one of our College of Business chapters that we have in one of those organizations. We have several co-educational business fraternities. And then we have a lot of student orgs in the majors. So for example, maybe you think that you want to be a marketing major, but it'll take a while before you start taking the classes in the marketing department. So you can get involved in our chapter of the American Marketing Association as a freshman, and you can meet students in the marketing major. You can listen to presentations that are often given by our alumni about what they do in that area. Same thing for finance. We have a chapter of the Financial Management Association, the Association for Information Systems. We have an economics club and a global business club. And then a lot of what Sam's office does, our Office of Professional Development and Engagement, is to help polish your performance. You polish those soft skills, those business skills, so that you can make meaningful connections to the business community. I'm going to go to the next slide and then hand things over to Sam for just a minute.
Thanks, Molly. At JMU College of Business, we have a 4-year sequence of programming that can help you with your professional and career development in the College of Business. In your first year at JMU, we are launching actually this year the Clifton Strengths program for students, where you will take the Clifton Strengths assessment, which is an assessment that has been developed by Gallup to help you identify your natural talents. And Michelle has a little, emoji on her screen right now because we're super excited about launching this program, Michelle and I. And this is a great way for you to identify your natural talents and some of your strengths, and that will help you determine what is the best major for you, what is the best career path for you as you move forward. During your sophomore year at JMU, we offer the Career Kickstart program, where all students are working on their resume, their LinkedIn profile, their elevator pitch, and starting the career development process. We also offer the opportunity for students at any class year to visit companies and network with senior level executives and our alumni through our career treks. We take students to firms in New York City, on Wall Street. We take students to Washington, D.C. metro area to meet and learn from alumni who have successful careers. We also have a great LinkedIn group that's a great networking group that students can join and then find mentors through that group. We also help students in their career and professional development as they look for internships and entry-level positions. JMU has a centralized university career center that we work in concert with to help students find those opportunities, internship and full-time positions. Molly?
Thanks a lot, Sam. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. As you are looking at business schools, another thing that you're going to want to ask is about their accreditation. Accreditation is important because it means that someone is looking at that school's programs and making sure that they are indeed doing the things that they say that they are doing. AACSB is by far the largest and most important accrediting body really in the world. It is headquartered in the US, but accredits programs internationally. We are one of the few programs that have both AACSB accreditation for the college as well as for our School of Accounting. So our School of Accounting is really highly ranked. And as well, we have one of the highest pass rates in the nation on the CPA exam. Our Computer Information Systems program is unique in that it has ABET accreditation. ABET is the organization that accredits computing programs. And what makes it a little unique for us is that ABET accredits very few computer information systems programs in business schools. They accredit mainly computer science programs. Now, of course, our computer science program in our College of Integrated Science and Engineering is ABET accredited. But ABET has very high standards for the technical side of computer information systems that few business schools can achieve, but we do. And indeed, our computer information systems majors go on to pursue fields such as software engineering. Our sales program in the marketing major is ranked one of the top sales universities in the nation. So I'm going to play a short video. Since you all are not on campus to see our incredible new College of Business Learning Complex, we thought it might be fun for some students to show you around and kind of show off our new College of Business Learning Complex that just opened last year.
One word, spacious.
Futuristic.
Breathtaking.
Opportunity.
Captivating. I would say groundbreaking.
My name is Rod Morales, and I'm a junior economics major from Long Island, New York. Right now, I want to go ahead and show you the College of Business Learning Complex, so why don't we go in? So right now, we are on the first floor of the College of Business Learning Complex, which houses offices such as the Major ICE Lab, which is the home of the Gilliam Center for Entrepreneurship, In addition to that, there's the Gagliotti Capital Markets Lab. There's also the Barrel MBA Suite, College of Business Recruitment Office, and then there's the EY undergraduate.
I really like that there's so many different places that you can sit to do work.
I'm excited to explore the digital marketing lab.
I'm excited for all of the new technology that helps us thrive.
A welcome new addition to the Lakeside area is the Lakeside Cafe. It is a great way to break up your day in the College of Business Learning Complex. Now I'm going to hand it off to my friend Claire.
The College of Business offers students with many different places to study, whether it be utilizing one of the team study rooms to collaborate and work on projects, or finding a quiet space to work by yourself.
I'm really excited to have access to study rooms, and they're also really nice and functional inside.
I'm excited to be a part of this new building and be part of the first class to study in it.
Thank you for coming along on this first look at the new College of Business. Can't wait to see you in class.
So I hope that you're getting a little bit of a feel for what it's like to be in our new complex. It is just such a huge addition to our program. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this.
Spacious.
Well,
Futuristic.
okay.
Breathtaking.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure how I can progress to the next slide, but let me give it a try. Okay. Okay, so that is kind of our presentation. If you are interested in finding out more about, if you have questions about admissions or about scholarship opportunities, I am that person to get in touch with. My email address is brownmg@jmu.edu. I will be getting in touch with you by email in the next couple of weeks to hopefully continue our conversation. And if you have questions about transfer credit or something about academic advising, please contact our Advising and Support Center at cobasc@jmu.edu. And Michelle Duncan, of course, is the director there. So now we're going to go to some questions. I know Sam and Michelle have been answering questions in the chat all along, but Sam and Michelle, there's some things that are kind of coming up that you think we should talk about at this point? We have a few minutes. We have till 12:35. Yes, Michelle.
The chat has been a little quiet, and that is quite all right. That just means that you covered a lot of information, Dean Brown. One of the typical questions that we do get during open house time is the average size of a class in the College of Business. So since we have a couple of minutes, I thought I could maybe address that if anybody is just thinking it, but maybe not typing the question. Our average class size, most of our classrooms only hold about 35, 40 students. We only have 3 classrooms in the complex that hold over 100 students. And while we use them as classrooms, we have no class in the College of Business that has over 100 students. Economics is our largest class at 72 students. And perhaps a COP 300 section may be about 80 students. But that COP 300 section is going to have 4 faculty members working with that group of students. So on average, our classes are really pretty small in comparison to other business schools.
Right. And we don't have teaching assistants teaching those classes either. And so that is also a question that you're going to want to ask other schools is who teaches your business classes? We have mostly full-time, either professionally qualified or academically qualified faculty. We do use some select adjuncts. For example, we have some professionals in their field who come in and share their expertise, say in law or in computer information systems.
We had a question in the last session about career outcomes, and yes. I wanted to share with you that if you go to the James Madison University Career Center website, career outcomes for all of our students, every major on campus are available. 95% of students that pursue a business degree at JMU are either gainfully employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. We also have recently been named by the state of Virginia as the best college to attend for career outcomes. We just got another question here that says, can you talk a little bit more about internships? Do they typically happen during the academic year? And is there potential for summer internship in New England? So typically internships are done during the summer and not during the academic year, although some students might pursue something during the academic year. But most often these happen during the summer. The largest concentration of internships happen for juniors between their junior year and senior year. And the person who wrote this note is it looks like from the New England area. And while we do send a lot of students to locations in the state of Virginia, we have very robust alumni networks all over the United States that can help in making connections and networking with you to find those opportunities outside of the state of Virginia.
Right. And we have great relationships with some very large employers that have locations all over the country. And so, for example, one of the big four accounting firms that hires accounting and also consulting students for internships, they might be mainly recruiting for their DC office when they come to visit JMU, but they're always happy to accommodate a student who is looking to go, say, to the New York area or Boston or Charlotte or wherever.
We also anticipate that COVID-19 is going to change the way young people work in the future. And so that this generation of students that are coming to college may end up in a situation where they're working from wherever they want to live, but their boss may be in another city. And we're beginning to see that a little bit. And we're going to be doing some programming for students to learn a little bit more about what it's like to work 100% remote for a particular company. So we anticipate that that may be something down the line and in the future that happens for this generation of students.
Right.
Another question. I'm interested in coming to JMU as a student athlete. Is the business school support available for athletes? So I'm going to answer the first part, and then Molly, there's a piece about international business there that you, Michelle, can answer. We have a lot of great student athletes in the College of Business, majoring in every single major that we have. The requirements for study hall and that sort of thing are used very well for students who are studying business. Faculty members also get notification of NCAA athlete status on campus. So we know students who do it very successfully.
Right.
Do one of you want to answer the question about international business?
Sure. It does, as it relates to student athletes?
Participate in the international business program, or do those schedules conflict? So probably study abroad.
Well, I'll share one example. We did have a young woman who had been accepted to the semester summer program in Antwerp, who was on our national championship lacrosse team. In fact, she was one of the starters for the lacrosse team. And she had been accepted to spend the entire summer in Antwerp. But as her team progressed to the national championship, it was clear that that she was going to need to be with her team farther into the summer than participation in the Antwerp program would allow. But we worked with her, and we found a shorter study abroad program that would work, that would fulfill her international business requirement. But that started after the championship was won. And so it worked out very well for all of us. And so, yes, we're always happy to work with students to help them make sure that's going to happen. And the study abroad requirement for international business can also be an international internship. And during COVID, for example, a lot of those international internships were done virtually. So we'll work with you. We're always happy to. Any other questions coming in? I think we're just about Out of time. In fact, we are out of time. And I don't want to keep you from your next event in the open house. Again, I would love for you to come and take a tour. We have College of Business Learning Complex tours on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You can sign up for those on the admissions website. So I look forward to seeing you very soon. Good luck with your application process.